Anybody still awake? Okay. Anybody awake? Come on, is it too late for a live? Maybe. I see if. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Anyone awake? Please. Let's have a conversation here. Hi, guys. Thank you for joining in this lovely Sunday evening. I'm so happy to see that you guys are still awake to catch up with this live. And yeah, so today again, I've just come on to check up with you guys to see what you've been up to this weekend. And once again, to thank you all for the incredible support that you show to this channel, Francis Page Media. You are all making a massive difference, guys. I'm so honored to always have you, to have your support and to have you show up whenever I put up a post, both here on YouTube and on Instagram. So thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate your support. So guys, I thought I'd come on this evening to do another live, just briefly to talk about Catherine Middleton. Yay! Catherine Middleton, Duchess of Cambridge. Kate Middleton, the Duchess of Cambridge. Why do we love this woman so much? Why do we all like the Duchess of Cambridge so much? Okay, so guys, tell us in the comments why you think the world loves Catherine Middleton. I mean, if we have a brief background of who Catherine Middleton is, we know that she was born in Reading, London, of course, to Michael and Carol, and in this good place in London called Berkshire, Reading, Berkshire. And we know that Catherine was raised by a family that was so much full of love, full of respect. Catherine's mother and Catherine's father are very much in love, and they share those values. And I think the same values that they sort of imparted in their children. So Catherine comes from a very loving family, so I suppose. So but also because of her nature and how she portrays those values to the public and how she takes herself, it's very easy to see that Duchess Catherine comes from a loving, caring, and well-nurturing family. So why is Catherine so important to the royal family? That is our question today. Guys, thank you so much if you're joining us on this live. It's 10 o'clock here in UK, so it's quite late. And whoever is on this live, I really appreciate your time, because tomorrow being a working day, you know, it takes some really kindness for someone to stick around your life. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. So let us talk about Catherine. Why is she so important to the royal family? Okay, so if you know why Catherine is important, if you have some views, please drop them in the comments section below. Let's have a conversation. But I think one of the most important key factors that Catherine is playing right now in the royal family is that offering that bridge between the royal family itself and the everyday people, say us or the normal people, the public. Okay, so that's where Catherine has become extremely important. She bridges that gap. So when we look at Catherine in the royal family and how she's carrying out her duties, we can relate. We can also attach that sense of everyday or that normalness. We can relate. She helps us relate to the royal family, having come from a background of people like us. Okay, so that's one of the most important roles Catherine is playing as a member of the British royal family, bridging that gap between us, everyday people, and the royals. So we love her so much because she's carrying our flag and she's really, really doing it so well. And the other important aspect that Catherine Middleton plays is bringing that sense of calmness. Calmness. Catherine is a very calm personality. Okay, she's very calm. So even in situations that may appear very intense, okay, Catherine always keeps that calmness. And I think because of her, the royal family has been able to deal with very, very big issues. So the Meghan and Harry case and Prince Andrew, all these cases that have been going on, I think Catherine has played a very important role behind the scenes at kind of easing tensions and creating that calmness, which calmness has then allowed people to make important decisions. And I think this is very, very important. Calmness is very key to making decisions. Okay? And when we look at the whole aspect or the spectrum of the royal family, and we try to pinpoint people who have that calm nature, okay, I think you would all agree with me that Catherine is one of those people. And what even makes us very lucky to have Catherine in the royal family and how her activities have elevated our royal family, is the fact that Catherine is well positioned. Positioning is very important. Positioning, having a position is very important if you're going to have that impact. And this is where Catherine becomes very key because she is very, very well positioned. Now, what do I mean by that? Okay, so we know that Catherine is married to the second in line to the British throne, Prince William. That gives her a key position in the royal family. One, she's able to sit down with husband William, who is a big decision maker. Yeah? She's able to sit down with Prince William, who is a big decision maker when it comes to, solving disputes and conflicts and all that. She's within that. She's there behind William to advise on the steps, on the right course of action for William to take, which is very important. So I think we are very lucky that she's in a position like that. Can you imagine if, for example, Catherine was maybe married to somebody like, say, Prince Harry, for example, let's say that. Okay, so again, you would say that her position then would not be as crucial as it is now, but because she's now married to Prince William, Prince William is the second in line to the British throne, meaning that he is going to be king at some point. So whatever decision King William, future King William takes right now, okay, is going to be very important. Now, if that decision is bad, then the repercussions that decision is going to have on the royal family's activities going forward are going to be, I won't say that, but because Catherine is there, we know that we can feel confident that the decisions that are being made are thought through because of her calm nature, but also because she knows that you've got to approach some of these decisions with compassion, with love, with respect. This is what she brings to the royal family, coming from a family that is well versed with values of kindness, compassion, love, respect, everything she's learned. Okay, so she's an all-round kind of individual. Let us let us not forget that she has had her own challenges as a woman, as a young girl growing up. Catherine has. And over the years, obviously, we have seen her develop and grow into this amazing future consort that she's going to be. But that has also been the case because she always allows herself to make those adjustments, to learn, to listen, to respect protocol, okay, to know where she sits in this line of leadership within the royal family, okay. And she has kind of related very, very well with pretty much everyone within the royal family. Now, before Harry left the royal family, they were very good friends with Catherine. Very, very good friends with Catherine. In fact, Catherine played a very, very big role in Harry's mental health and stuff like that. Okay. Uh, we see Catherine's relationship with Princess Royal Anne is also brilliant. Okay. Uh, when Catherine is with the Countess of Wessex, Sophie, they are like this, their relationship. Okay. Catherine was getting on really well with the late Prince Philip. Okay. Oh, Catherine with Prince Charles. Again, we can say that Catherine is so respectful of Prince Charles. Anybody can tell. I remember that engagement they did together, together with Prince Charles and Camilla, and how Catherine was very, very respectful, and she knew where her position was. And even when Camilla was there, you could see that she could relate with Camilla, and she was able to execute her duties, so perfectly, with respect, with everything great you can talk about someone. Okay, so Catherine is extremely important for the royal family going forward. And even more important due to the fact that we have the next king, Prince Charles, who has a quite unpopular um, wife, a Camilla, who is just starting to get or to gain people's approval. For a long time, Camilla has struggled. So this even makes Catherine more important in this case, because what Catherine is going to do, or what she has already done here, is that she has created that reassurance within people. And I mean people who haven't still believed in Camilla, okay, and Charles. So when they look at Catherine, they're like, okay, we shall soon have Catherine come through. Okay. So that makes her very important at this stage in time. The royal family is living in very uncertain times. You will agree with me, my friends. Okay, very, very uncertain times. We know that Prince Charles is streamlining and reducing the royal family to keep only a few people who are going to be resourceful, who are going to be more productive, but also we are having these breakaway parties like Harry and Meghan, who have again spread a different gospel out there, which all serves to kind of bring down the royal family in one way. Okay, so Catherine here is important in restoring that hope for the royal family going forward. And I think the arrival of Meghan somehow helped us to see the greatness and the goodness in Catherine. You'll agree with me when I say that, guys. Because the way Catherine was looked at prior to the arrival of Meghan was probably not the way they are looking at her right now. But the arrival of Meghan with her different kind of values allowed people to make their comparisons, and thereby finding out that this lady Catherine here is actually a very, very good woman going forward. So she is very important for the royal family for so many reasons. Okay, and guys, if you can drop some of those reasons in the comment section below, I will be very I'll appreciate. But we know that some of those reasons include Catherine being able to bring that calmness, and that calmness to calm things down whenever tensions are rising. She's there to pat people on shoulders and say, hey, now listen, let us calm things down. You saw how she was very supportive during that Meghan and Harry interview, and when William nearly lost things, and we can sit here and actually think that it is Catherine behind the scenes who did a lot of great work with calming down tensions and all that stuff. I think many of you have seen that clip on the funeral of the Duke of Edinburgh, when Catherine was walking down with with Harry up to a certain kind of level with Prince William, and then Catherine dropped back slightly, leaving William with Harry at the same pace. And I think she was doing this because she wanted the brothers to talk and calm tensions down. Now, that was Catherine's initiative. And I think it was great to see that the media picked up on it and showed the whole world what Catherine is all about. Okay, we have seen how on many occasions Catherine has stood in for the Queen. Most recent one being the Buckingham Palace garden party, where Catherine stood in for the Queen, and the other time she stood in for the Queen, I think, was during the memorial service. Was it the memorial service in memory of the fallen soldiers of the World War, where Catherine again stood in the center, you know, at the cenotaph. So again, she stood in for the Queen. So she's earned she's earned all this respect, and the Queen can now trust her to actually make her stand in for her on so many occasions. And for us royalists, that is a message that they are acknowledging her hard work. They are acknowledging her role she has to play, or she's playing in the royal family at the moment. Okay. But most importantly, guys, and I think you will all agree with me on this, she brings in a lot of revenue for the royal family. Catherine does. Because one, she's very fashionable. Okay, she's got a huge sense of fashion, and it's great to see that she's planted this fashion star kind of privilege, or not privilege, how should I term it, guys, how should I call it? She's planted this seed in her children. So you can see Princess Charlotte, Prince Louis, Prince George. You see how they dress up all nicely. And I mean, the royal family over the ages are known to dress up very smartly and appealing to the public. Not because they can afford to do so, but because they know how to pick clothing and all that stuff. But Catherine's arrival has added that touch to that, okay? And her sense of fashion is great. So she has brought a lot of modernity, let us call it modernity going forward, in the royal family. And I think the young generation can buy into this and also get to love the royal family. Okay. Um, all of you will agree with me that the royal family, people who love the royal family are people of a certain age. Our age may be a bit older, okay? The young ones did not know or haven't been able to, to fully latch or follow the activities of the royal family. But then they are starting to love the royal family because of certain elements within the royal family that are very attractive. People like Catherine Middleton, people like Prince William, very, very attractive. Prince George, um, Charlotte, okay, attractive elements, okay. And she has also, reignited. So now you see Princess Anne now, okay, adapting to that fashion, okay. So Catherine is playing a very, very important role right now within the royal family, and we think, or we hope, she carries this establishment even more forward for years and years to come. So we know the next in line is Prince Charles, who is starting to take on duties, as we can see now. And you're going to see more of Prince Charles even in these upcoming events. For example, the Queen's birthday parade, which is on the 2nd of June next month. You're going to see Prince Charles stepping up to represent the Queen for the birthday parade. Of course, we know that the Queen has got issues with her mobility, so there is an arrangement, kind of an arrangement, where the Queen might appear for a short while for the birthday. She might come briefly to drive around her carriage, inspecting the troops, and then leave shortly after, until we see her again at the balcony. But after she leaves, we might see Prince Charles and Camilla, and the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, and Princess Anne carrying on with the session at the birthday, at the horse guard parade, to again sit in for the Queen and finish the whole session. So, but because we have Camilla here, Prince Charles and Camilla, whose popularity is still a little bit delicate right now, then there comes Prince William and Catherine here behind, and I think that is a positive force. Catherine, William, very positive force behind Prince Charles and Camilla, because then they bring that energy. They have quite a large following of people who believe, who trust them. Okay. Hi, Shema. How are you? Thank you so much for that question there. What is your view on Meghan? Yeah. I think Meghan as a person, she needs a lot of advice. I think she is a good person, Meghan, but I think she needs advising on so many other things, but I don't think she takes advice. And I think Meghan came into the royal family with her own agenda. Her agenda everybody knows very well. And because obviously when she did that interview and said that she didn't know anything about the royal family, she didn't know about Harry and all that stuff, and she just came into it. I think that wasn't right, because As you knew, she had pictures of Prince Diana in her bedroom when she was growing up and all that. So she knew the royal family. And apparently there are conversations she had with her friends, Meghan, with her friends, saying that, she looks forward to marrying a prince one day. So she had her agenda, and I think when she came here, she wanted to use the royal family platform to push her agendas or to get a platform where she can be seen. Um, but unfortunately, that wasn't going to be acceptable in the royal family, because we know the royal family has strict procedures and, you know, terms and conditions and all those things that you're supposed to follow. And for someone who is overly ambitious and all that stuff like Meghan is, I think she wasn't gonna make it in the royal family. However, I'm saying that if she had stayed, okay, within the royal family and agreed to follow that protocol and, stay humble, know her space, know her level within the royal family, I think she would have done so many great things than she's doing now. And I think she would have had a great platform to do, to do the things that benefit people more than she's doing now. Okay. But that's what you get when you get into an establishment and you just want to do things your own way. And, you know, so when you look at Meghan and you look at Catherine Middleton, these are two very different women. Very, very different women. So we have a woman here who is patient, a woman here who knows the value of uh, um, what is the word? There is a word we used to use in the army. It skipped my mind. It would have been a great term to apply here. Who can think of that word? When you follow the strict policy in place, you follow it regardless of whether you agree or you don't agree. What is it called? Standard operating procedures. Okay. Standard SOPs. Yes, that's the word. Okay. Meghan was somebody who would never follow the SOPs because she thought she was too clever, too wise, too everything. Okay. But when you come to an establishment like, for example, the royal family, which has been there for ages and which follows a strict policies, those standard operating procedures, I doubt that you can survive when you come in. And that's where Catherine has been able to master. But also, I think because Catherine comes from a family that has trained her, okay, to sort of be respectful, okay. What can I say? I think in respect, there are so many other things that come as a result. But for Meghan's case, you married within a family, within 6 months you're out, and there you go with that massive explosive interview saying this and that. Some of those things could have been right, who knows? But again, family issues are family issues. You cannot just go and explode stuff, spill everything out. That's not really right. Even if you were right, the way that you spill those things out in public makes you wrong. Okay. Hi, Shima. Okay. So, so that's what I think about Meghan. I think her as a person, she's a good person, but I think she needs to take advice. She needs to learn. Okay. And whether she will learn, we don't know. And I think Harry had to induct her very much into this role, but I don't think she left Harry to do that because I think obviously she knows she's more probably more educated than Harry, and she's been an actress of some sort somewhere, and she obviously towered over Harry. And what do you expect to come out of that? But anyway, today's conversation was about Catherine and why we think she's very important for the royal family going forward. And for those reasons, guys, I think you will all agree with me that Catherine is very respectful. Catherine is very humble, kind, and she's got that calm nature, which is so important when it comes to decision making. Okay, her relationship building skills are great. I mean, she can connect with everybody quite easily, and this is what I've noticed. Whether it's inside the royal family or outside, Catherine can just about get on with anybody, whether it's children, old women, the old, everybody, young, old. Catherine has that power to build relationships, which is very important for the royal family right now because they need to win over people, young ones especially. But how are you going to do that without people like Catherine, you know, in there? Now, William as well has stepped up, and I think there is a lot of support and power because they say behind a powerful and a strong man, great man, there is always a woman. So we have seen how William has come out in the recent few years to what he's doing now. And I think a lot of that also could be attributed to the fact that he has got such a very understanding, respectful, intelligent, humble, calm woman who has allowed him to make decisions, through an angle of thoughtfulness, calmness, and whatsoever comes along with all those attributes. Okay, so well done, Catherine. Keep up the great job, the royal family. And the Queen trusts and believes in Catherine from head to toe, which is a good thing to see. Okay, and I think over the years, one person that is very hard, very, very hard to impress, you have to work extremely hard. You have to show that you are that person you say you are, is Queen Elizabeth. Hi, Tammy. Thank you so much, my friend. Good to see you. Good to see you. I hope you're having a great weekend and looking forward to a great new week ahead. Appreciate your support, Tammy Jackson, and every single one of you who is sticking around this live. Thank you so much for making things happen in the way they are doing. Yeah, so the one person who has convinced the Queen that she is capable. Okay. Hello, Claire Edwards. Thank you so much, Claire, for showing up on this live and for your incredible support. I do appreciate every time you show up on these lives and your responses on my community posts and YouTube videos. So what was I saying? Yeah, Catherine, and how she has convinced the Queen that she is what she says she is. And the Queen is a very hard person to convince. As we know her, she loves people who are dedicated, committed, and everything. And this is what Catherine has showed. And Catherine hasn't shown this for just 1 year, 2 years, or 2 years. It's taken Catherine nearly 10 years to get to where she is. Dedication in, out, in and out, hard work, showing up every day. Catherine is a mother. Okay, that is actually one of those great things we can look at and say, right, she's doing this, she's out on patronages, she's attending these launches, she's here, she's in the kitchen in Bournemouth, she's down in Southend, trying ice cream parlors and everything, she's visiting organizations in Leeds. Okay, recently she traveled to Denmark on that solo trip. and everything. But then we forget that she's also a mother raising 3 young children. Now, people here are going to say that, well, she's got nannies, okay? And she's got everybody looking after these children. Yes, people are going to say that. But those who know Catherine so well will tell you that she's a very hands-on person, even at home. You know, she reads those bedtime stories. She looks after those children. She prepares dinner. She does all that stuff. Okay. So for her to be showing up in the way she is, given the fact that she has these burning family demands, home demands of children and da 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 da, playing a wife at home, I think makes her such a great person. And I think this is where Queen Elizabeth comes in and say, okay, I think this woman has earned it all. Okay. So guys, whether you agree with me on this, Catherine is very, very important to the royal family. Probably as important as Prince William. Okay, because hey, she's married to the next in line to the British throne. But can you imagine if it was Meghan with William? But are we not very lucky that actually William got Catherine? Are we not very lucky? Because how would things have been if William had somebody who totally went off the rails? That would be the end of it all, wouldn't it? But we are very, very lucky. And I think for us here as royalists, that is why we jubilate every day. When we see Catherine out on engagements, when she's here, and I will tell you this from the bottom of my heart, guys, you know, when Catherine is busy, we are busy. When Catherine is busy, we are busy. When she takes a break off, or she goes into hiding of some sort, maybe taking a holiday or looking after her family and all that, we are also, again, we take a break somehow, but then we miss her. You will see how the whole world is wondering, where is Catherine? Okay, now don't get me wrong, Queen Elizabeth is still the greatest person ever to live on this planet in terms of royalship, and she is still the one who, I don't think without her, without Queen Elizabeth, definitely there is going to be a massive shake-up of the royal family, and we are preparing ourselves for that. But again, we are also very grateful that we have people like Catherine who are there, who are going to kind of fill that void. Okay? Now, Catherine is not going to be a queen as how we have seen Queen Elizabeth is. Okay? Hi, Karen. Catherine is the perfect spot for William. She has no need to upstage him and picture. Yes, Karen, that is really, really well put. Thank you so much. Thank you. And here is the thing. Whether Catherine is, and I don't know if you realize this, guys, I don't even see it whether Catherine is upstaging William or not. I don't see it. When I see Catherine on the top, I see William on the top. Okay? This combination here has a way, it has really got that, it has a way it has got us, William, Catherine. And sometimes when they're out on engagements, you see William, Catherine, they visited this place, they are out here. You already see how Catherine takes that step back. She knows she is she's a very loved person, very, very loved person. And she has the power to actually go over and above everybody. Okay. But this is one thing Catherine will never know, will never do. Catherine will never put her toe over that line. She knows where she stops. Okay? And she knows she's married to a future king who needs support, her support, who needs the right guidance, the right people around him. This is where Catherine comes in. I think you've seen her. I've posted a lot of clips on TikTok of Catherine again, waiting for William to come through and do those handshakes before she offers those handshakes herself. Sometimes she's in a position where she's ahead of William in a way, but she steps back, allowing William to come through first because she knows William is king. Okay. And sometimes she has had, you could see her expressions trying to explain to people, that, okay, William comes first before me. She gives away all these hand signals on many occasions, because I see when she arrives and you see ladies, for example, who are, or gentlemen who are receiving them, trying to give that handshake. She distances herself politely in a way, allowing William to come through and grab those handshakes first, because she knows William is king. And she hasn't done this just with William. She does this with all these other senior royals, okay? Whether it's Princess Royal Anne, okay? Catherine knows that Princess Royal Anne is above Catherine. And she gives Princess Royal Anne all the due respect she deserves. Whether she's out there with Prince Edward, okay? Recently, when they did that garden party, okay, Catherine could easily stand in the middle as the Queen usually does. No, that's not Catherine. Catherine knew her space and she stood there very politely, allowing Prince Edward to come in the middle because she knows Prince Edward is a senior royal. He's the son of the Queen. He comes first when William is not on a particular engagement with Catherine. So she knows these levels. And this is one thing that I love about Catherine. She has mastered the royal protocol inside out. Inside out. I remember this one day when when she attended the Anzac Day memorial service with Prince Harry a few years. I think this was 2018. So just the both of them. So now we know that Catherine always walks ahead of Prince Harry when Catherine is with her husband, Prince William. But this time round, they were just the two of them, Harry and Catherine. Catherine took a massive step back, allowing Harry to come through first because she knew that without her husband, Harry has to come first. And that's what she did. And I think this is why people love Catherine. Her ability to understand where she lies when it comes to power within this palace establishment. Okay, and this is something that Meghan failed flat on day one. Okay, so Meghan arrived very new. She came here very fresh, into the royal family, straight into into Buckingham Palace, and she expected all the red carpets to be rolled out for her. Okay, how? Because these red carpets are only rolled out for senior royals in their capacities. People who are going to be kings, queens. Okay, so when you complain because Catherine and William have had the red carpet rolled out, and Meghan, you haven't had red carpet rolled out for you, it shows you haven't understood royal protocol. So Catherine is married to a king. In that sense, Catherine becomes a queen consort. And therefore, some of these benefits within the palace establishment will apply to Catherine more than they would have applied to Meghan. Now, had Meghan understood these elements or these key areas, I think she would have stayed in the palace, but she totally failed to understand this. And she thought there should be equality for all and all that. Okay? There are certain places where some people come first. It's as bad as it sounds, okay? I don't expect to go in Buckingham Palace and expect to go and sit on a dining table with the queen and have cups of teas and cakes. No, I'm supposed to have my dining table somewhere else with maybe some with all the workers and all these other normal people who come, because I know I can't fit there. I don't qualify to sit on that table with these royals. Okay, so my friends, today I thought I'd just come on briefly to just have a normal chat about these things, but also most importantly, talk about Catherine Middleton's role in the royal family. Yes, you're very right, Karen. Thank you. That is really well spotted. I wish I could keep that comment up on my wall. Really appreciate your wisdom, guys. You know, so the royal family here, I think, was facing a huge challenge during the Meghan times, and I think it was great that Meghan walked away the way she did, because I think if she was still there, a lot of other bad things, and it would we would have a lot of conflicting things and everything going on, and we wouldn't have a peaceful palace. Okay, so yeah, so Catherine, our Catherine, very important figure in the royal family. She's not born royal, okay, but she has earned royalty due to her hard work, due to her position. Okay. Yes, Karen, yes. Okay. Due to her position, of course, she's married to a future king. But again, this is one thing we should add, we should all agree with. Catherine did not marry Prince William because of that title, because she's gonna be queen consort, or what. Because I don't see why I'm saying that is because it took Catherine 8 years. 8 years. Was it 8 years? Yes. Because I remember the media actually called Kate Waity Katie, because of the long time it took William to actually engage Catherine. Okay. So for somebody who has an agenda, you know, 8 years she's been waiting. This was pure love. This was pure love which was in there. Love that has no attachments, this and that. Okay? And obviously we know that they met in an educational establishment, but what a great place to meet a love heart, to meet a sweetheart, to meet a future husband, future wife. Okay? There are some small things that we don't pay attention to, and but yet these things are very important in how things establish themselves to become great. Okay? Imagine meeting your sweetheart in a nightclub. I know many people have met sweethearts, wives, women in nightclubs, Facebook, for example, and all that stuff. Okay? But the degree to which those relationships have lasted is lower compared to, say, people who meet in establishments, so in schools. Okay. Karen, we got this. Okay, so they met in a school, in an establishment, educational establishment. Catherine met William. And so they were studying, they took their time. Okay, it is an allowing kind of environment where decisions are made when you're sober, you understand what's going on, you see your your future half, how they relate with others, you kind of get a great view of somebody compared to meeting people off the street, Facebook nightclubs and all those things, people connecting people through people, like how other than the case for Meghan and Harry, I think their love started through connections. Somebody connected. Okay. Yes, Tammy, yes. Thank you so much for acknowledging that. Okay. Catherine's case was not a case of connecting so and so, with a middleman. Having a middleman in a relationship. I remember when we were growing up, sometimes you saw somebody you kind of got attracted to, but you you had that fear to approach them, and then you had to call somebody to go and connect you to, and those relationships never lasted, or they never took any meaningful turns. Okay, somewhere, somehow they faded and disappeared. But now we have this William and Catherine relationship that developed from a school setting, 8 years of learning about each other. You know, that split between the two when they sort of separated at some point through their um, early days of dating. I think that was actually very good because it allowed them to see what they missed out of each other and how both people behaved when they had split up temporarily during that time. But that is all part of building a solid relationships. Those breaks, makeups, and all that stuff. And I think William and Catherine's relationship can withstand even the toughest of forces in the world. Okay, that is a relationship you look at and you envision that relationship going until these two are literally both on wheelchairs. Okay. Hey, hey, hey. Thank you so much. Detroit here. Great to see you. I thought you had missed this one. I'm just about 9 minutes to end this live. So great to see you, Detroit here, my great friend. I hope you have had a wonderful weekend. Guys who are here watching this live, 22 of you, I'm so honored to have you along. Karen, thank you so much for that power behind this live. I do appreciate every single one of you. Tammy Jackson, I'm so honored that you guys are here on this live tonight. Talking about these things that we so much love with our royal family. Okay, so great to see you, Detroit here. Thank you so much for the support every day. And yeah, Tech Cowboy, you're so right. So many regards which you can choose from, but choose. Yes, absolutely. You got this. You really got this. Okay. So William here, I think, also stood a test of time because when you are a young royal, handsome man growing up, you are going to have so many ladies out there, young girls, and everybody jumping all over, trying to win you over. And we've seen this happen on so many tours. He went to Canada, Australia, all these tours. We have all these young women. And you can't blame women, of course, because who wouldn't love to fall in love with a prince? Just that. But so the test here that William had as well was to take his time to identify the right person. And I think also William learned this as he's grown up. He grew up. Hi, Julie. How is Philadelphia, my great friend? 6:15. Wow. Wow. Detroit here, by the way. You in US as well. Julie, 6:15 p.m. It's close to, what time is it here? It's midnight. It's coming to 11 o'clock. What time is it? Yeah, it's nearly coming to midnight tonight. Okay, so it's quite late here, but I thought let me do this live this time to sort of coincide with the right timing with my US friends. You are doing a great job following this channel, subscribing, bringing people on to these messages. 6:18. Oh yes, yeah. So it's still early, and I appreciate it's about dinner time where you are preparing dinner, getting kids to bed. So I will not keep you on this live any longer, guys. But every now and then I will always be popping up and doing these lives so that we just have a normal conversation around what's going on. But in summary, or as I conclude this live, let us agree that Catherine is very important, probably as more important as William is, okay, because as a future queen consort, now all eyes are on her. Okay. Yes, how great. How great to see you, Detroit, here. How great. What's your name, by the way, Detroit? Is that your name? I've always wanted to ask you, Detroit, here. Okay, do you mind sharing your right name here? Yes, so, yeah, it's very important because Queen Catherine is going to be the future queen consort. Now, that is a massive, massive position. Okay. Stacy, yes. Great to see you, Stacy. And Tammy, hello. Stacy, say hello to Tammy. They are one of our very own here on these lives and our messages. So let us look at how Prince Philip was with Queen Elizabeth. Okay, so Prince Philip, a very dedicated, hardworking man, always there to support the Queen through thick and thin. Now, Prince Philip played a very crucial role. That was a full-time job to our dear Queen Elizabeth. And all the power that the Queen has had over the years can also partly be attributed to the fact that he had such a supportive husband in Prince Philip. Okay, so the role of a queen or king consort is extremely important, very, very important. Now, Catherine has positioned herself perfectly to play that role. Okay, and we have already seen that. We have already seen how. Okay, yes, Stacy, you are very right in what you're saying. Okay, we have already had a glimpse of the Queen Consort Catherine in action. Okay, and it's very exciting because, oh, I don't know how she's going to grow old with William. And that's what I'm just looking forward to see them grow old with William. Okay, and carrying that flag of the royal family in those directions that we want to. Okay, so when we had Meghan come into the royal family, of course, bringing in that sort of energy Meghan brought, you know, we held our nerves first because I thought at a glance that hasn't this been too soon? Okay, too soon. And then within weeks, obviously, we had these fractions. We had this rubbing of shoulders between Cambridges and Sussexes. Okay, and I say to myself, Julie, yes, yeah, okay, truly agree with what you're saying. So we held our nerves and said, right, this is it now. Okay. But actually, I'm not going to lie to you guys. When the two walked away, I thought that is the best decision ever made. Okay, I know many people, but I think it was a blessing of some sort. Because then again, that has allowed us to see Catherine more. It has given Catherine space to do what she does best without that interaction, that competition, that kind of. And women, you know this very well, that there is also a bit of jealousy here and there. Okay? Yeah. Okay. So there is a bit of jealousy, and you saw that, during the Meghan times. And it's normal between women, but again, when that jealousy, so if it's negative jealousy, because we have positive jealousy, okay, where you could say that, oh, I wish I can do what she does. You look at somebody and you envision doing what she does and you support I mean, you work your way, you work hard to be what they are. But I think what we had during the Meghan times was a bit of negative jealousy which was going on. And you could see it. And that wasn't great for the royal family going forward. Okay. So, Shema, my friend, this is we're just having thoughts here. Okay. Yeah, but I think people love uh, William and Catherine not because obviously they are the next king, okay, they're whatever, but because of their thoughtfulness in how they carry themselves with respect. You know, however bad things are in your family, it is always not a good idea to go and badmouth your family, talk about these things. Oh, they did this to me, they did that to me, this happened to me. Some of these things are family matters that are never supposed to be even. Can you imagine me walking out of this house and I say this happened in the house or this? Okay. Sometimes people do it because they want people to feel sorry for them, and that is their way of trying to, you know, to 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 gain to gain their platforms. Okay, but it's never a right way to do things by spilling, by going and talking stuff, talking ill about your family. They did this to me. Now, Queen Elizabeth is a very, very loving woman, and I doubt she can let anybody degrade, disrespect, or do any bad thing to someone and let it be. Queen Elizabeth is that person who would never allow anybody. Now, Queen Elizabeth had given Meghan a very good landing in the royal family. And the fact that, because there is always a strict protocol with who marries in the royal family, what are your values? What is your background? Those things are all done. That research is done. But by the time Meghan married into that family, got accepted, Prince Charles walked her down the whatever, that was acceptance. That was, they had kind of shown love to Meghan. They had let her in. So, but within a space of 3 months after that, for her to go and say they did this to me, that to me, that to me, was not very logical. I think there was an agenda. I think, and the timing of that interview, you know, whenever you do things in a rush, you know, when you still have a bit of anger and all that, you can say all sorts of things. So the timing of that interview as well was a little bit fresh. These two had just left. Okay. So, but Her Majesty, you're very right, Stacy. Very, very right. Her Majesty the Queen had offered open arms to Meghan, and we all know how the Queen loved Harry so much, and I think she still loves him as a grandson, but even more so his children, you know, that's great grandkids, and Meghan herself. And there is that first trip they did when they visited the Queen and Meghan went on that tour together, and that video that surfaced of Queen Elizabeth extending a blanket. Now, she rarely does that. Queen Elizabeth rarely does that. Okay? But she extended a blanket to Meghan in that very first, I don't know, it was very early on in the days. Okay? Hi, Kate. Ooh, Kate, you're here finally as well. Kate, it's great to see you. Thank you so much. Kate, yes, Takoba, you're very right there as well. You know, But Kate, see, I appreciate all your support on these messages. I see you and Tammy, Detroit here, Tracy in this case. You always pop up on these video messages and leave comments behind. You are making such a big difference. I really, really appreciate. Yeah, so Queen Elizabeth really, really loved Meghan, and the whole world knew this. And that's why the Queen was really, really, really disappointed by what went on by this Oprah Winfrey interview. She was really disappointed. And I think as old as she is, she sits down there and say, oh my God, you know, what? And she has the power to do everything. But she's a very loving person, Queen Elizabeth. Because even up to now, you know, the Queen has never fully come out to speak about. She doesn't give much, Queen Elizabeth doesn't give much time to things that don't make sense. In this case, that Oprah Winfrey interview. Because there were so many lies in that interview. And as we speak now, apparently Oprah Winfrey doesn't want that interview to be played again, simply because she found out there were so many lies in that interview. Okay? But the Queen is so much loved Meghan, and for her to do what she did with all these racist cuts that came up, mental health allegations, and all those things, you know, even when Harry himself, Prince William, Catherine, had that mental health establishment called Heads Together, which was offering mental health support to people who were suffering, you know, and for them to come up for this interview, for the interview allegations that they made that Meghan was suffering mental health when these people were in charge of such a big mental health establishment that was changing lives, you start questioning everything that was said in that interview. Okay. But I think looking at how things have been going on, that interview, the actions, the course of actions, decisions that the Sussexes have made right now, I think they have helped us to see a lot of good things on this side of. They've allowed us to actually start looking at the Cambridges as the way forward, because there's such a big contrast in what the other pair is doing and what this pair is doing here. Okay. So guys, it's been an honor having you guys on this live. My battery is literally going to stop any minute from now. Okay, so I'm going to say have a great evening, all of you, and a wonderful new week ahead. Um, Stacy, yes, thank you so much, Stacy. I'm so honored to have you guys. Joseph, yes, Joseph, that is a very great question. Thank you so much for asking. Do I think they can still come back to the royal family? Now, this is the thing, the royal family has never closed doors to these people. But this is the thing, when you naturally know that values, certain values that you have contrast with the values in the establishment you want to fit in, you will find yourself taking yourself more further away from. So I think in this case, because there have been so many opportunities for these two to come back here and, you know, talk things through, get support and all that. But on many occasions, they are running away. They are always coming up with excuse because they know they cannot fit in here. The society, the values here are too good that they can't probably keep up with this, especially Meghan. Okay. And now, of course, Harry got himself in this predicament. He's had children, so it's become a bit more complicated for him. Bless him. But we can only hope that he's not completely taken away from his family, and he can still come here every now and then to visit, to say hello to his grandmother, to his brother, because this is his home. I know he made some remarks some time back that his home is in US, but this is his home. Whether he likes it or not, this royal family is his home. And when all these bad things go on there and all that, the mental health goes up and everything, guess who will pick them up? The royal family. They will be the ones to pick up the pieces. Okay, so while you try to close all those bridges, okay, for the Sussexes, make sure that you leave room for, because you never know when you're still gonna come back here. But one thing uh, they should stay away from is tarnishing the image of the royal family, because the royal family is always here. It's going to stay. It's got its lovers, including myself here, who want to see it exist because it offers a lot of inspiration to us. Okay. Yes, thank you so much. Tracy, you empower me so much, my friend. Thank you. You are the reason I'm still here offering these messages. And guys, I do appreciate the subscribership and the support on this channel. We are growing. We are approaching 20K, which is such a great honor. Who knew we could be here? Those of you started following this channel when we were in, I think, hundreds of subscribers, yes. But, goodwill and hard work for all of us, not just myself here, but even you guys who show up on these messages every day, who boost my posts through those views, and you visit my community page where we have those formal conversations with you guys. I truly appreciate. Okay, but let us show love to our royal family members here. Team Cambridge, Prince William and Kate, very, very lovely young royals who have time and time shown Her Majesty the Queen that they are ready to step up to take on those duties when they are delegated to them. They have represented the Queen well. They've never talked ill against the establishment, which so much has helped them to grow into what they are. Okay. And which has given them that platform to become responsible citizens. Okay. So that's why we love them. And we also love the fact that the Prince of Wales, who is the next in line, who is now 73 years, he's also now, getting in his prime there, as you can see. But also because the Prince of Wales has been a little bit unpopular, over those years. And he's just now starting to gain that momentum. William and Kate behind Prince Charles and Camilla are offering a lot of support. A lot of support. Okay? To see that, Prince Charles again, for whatever time is going to be king, manages to carry the flag of the royal family, without letting anybody down. But guys, I'm going to conclude this live. My battery is going down. Thank you so much for sticking around. Any ideas of lives, topics, and everything you want me to talk about next time, please drop them in the comment section below. I think this live is going to be replayed, so you might catch up with it if you've missed it. But I don't know when I'm gonna do another live, so it really depends on the timings, the mood I'm in, and everybody's in, and situations around. It's very busy now. We have the Platinum Jubilee fastly approaching, so I'm going to be developing a lot of content around the Platinum Jubilee and also supporting my local community here to run Jubilee Lunch. I think this is going to be on Sunday, the 5th of June. So there is a lot of background preparations taking place here, guys. But I will be in London to do another short filming to show you just how the Platinum Jubilee is panning and is cooking. And I will be around Buckingham Palace as well to show you how the palace is developing ahead of the Platinum Jubilee. Karen, mwah, thank you so much. Tracy, everyone, thank you so much. Kate C, greetings. Tammy Jackson, Karen, thank you everyone who has been on this live for sticking around up to now. I truly appreciate. So we'll catch up later again. Please stay subscribed. Share this channel with some of your friends, any of your friends who love royalty, and let us carry on pushing these messages forward. Have a great evening, my dear friends. Thank you. Bye-bye. See you later, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Joseph. See you later. See you later, guys.